Have you ever got a test results back and become super happy and motivated? Or maybe you have cried yourself to sleep and now you just wanna hide your results because you're so demotivated. As teachers, it's important for us to understand that multiple things can affect motivation. So let's have a look at some examples. Me enjoying the subject, getting excited by the process, or my streaming calendar, or the prospect of getting a top grade, or fear of failure. We can sort the examples into two forms of motivation: extrinsic, which is based on receiving an external reward or avoid punishments or failure, and intrinsic, which is based on internal factors like enjoyment or the pleasure of doing the activity by itself. Can you have both types of motivation at the same time? Of course, yes. So, then the big question is, what can we do about pupils' motivation? For that, let's have a look at another related cognitive process known as attribution, which is all about identifying reasons for an outcome. Let's look at some students' different attributions. I have your test results. Explain to me, why did you perform the way you did?
Well, the test was so easy and the books has been so great. I got a little help here and there and...
The system is rigged. You suck. The school is terrible. You did not teach us anything. Well, my strategy was terrible. I talked with Victor all class, then I studied for just like 15 minutes because I thought I knew this stuff. But it seems like I have to put in some more effort and time and concentration next time. I read the text multiple times, made some questions. I asked you and my dad for help. During the last week, strategy was actually pretty solid.
We can identify two top-performing students and two failing students. Analyzing their reasoning, we find that two of the pupils attribute their results to external factors outside of their control, like the quality of the teacher or the fairness of the system, while the two others attribute their results to internal factors that they themselves are in control of, like strategy, time, and effort. Now, what is the link between motivation and attribution? From a motivational standpoint, external attribution is connected to low self-determination, which in turn means that students like Magnus and Victor don't feel that they are in control. Over time, this lack of control can easily lead to even less motivation if they start to experience more resistance without a strategy to meet the new demand for new strategies. This is why internal attribution in the long term is positive for motivation. Higher self-determination is connected to higher competence and autonomy, which again comes down to adopting strategies and understanding your own role in the learning process.
Now the big question is, can we actually change the way students attribute their results? And the answer is yes, we can do that, but it requires something from us as teachers. So the first thing we should do is to help the students self-reflect over their performance and make them aware about their attribution, helping the students to realize that their strategies and their time spent and their ability to ask questions is really what can make them progress. This will very quickly transfer to a more internalized motivation.
After you have seen this video, you should now be able to argue why this could be a good strategy to include in your feedback to students.